What a week it's been for Pixel leaks, and we have even more now thanks to Android Authority contributor Kamila Wojciechowska. We have a Pixel Watch that might be getting a Tensor chip, a Pixel Tablet 3, and some information on the Google Pixel 11a. Let's start with that Pixel Watch 5, and I know it's a couple of years off, but thanks to that massive leak from Google's G6 division, there's a lot to talk about here. The Pixel Watch has never really had it easy. When it launched, the original Pixel Watch was a year later than planned. Then it had a pretty outdated Exynos SoC, which from what I remember, it just didn't give you the best experience. It wasn't quick, to say the least, and the battery life was pretty terrible. But then Google switched it up a little bit with the release of the Google Pixel Watch 2 and 3 because it made that change to the Snapdragon W5 Gen 1 platform, which of course helped massively with that battery life and overall made the watch a better experience to use. But when we get to 2026 and the release of that Pixel Watch 5, Google is looking to release a custom wearable Tensor chip. On those leaked documents, we saw the core configuration, which is one ARM Cortex-A78 and two ARM Cortex-A55. And we know that the CPU cores might be an odd choice, and that Cortex-A55 actually dates back to around 2017, but all the cores seem to be pretty common amongst the wearable chips, as Samsung and Qualcomm both do very similar things. That Google Silicon roadmap then only gave us some other basic information, like the code name for the chip being NPT, which sounds like it would stand for Newport Beach, keeping it in line with the other Californian beach names that Google gives to its chips. But there are still a few things that we don't know, like what modem or what node tech is going to be used, but having a custom-built Tensor chip for the Pixel Watch 5 could give us quite a lot to look forward to. Moving away from the Pixel Watch, in those leaked documents, we've also seen some leaked information about a Pixel Tablet 3. And I know we haven't even really heard much about the Pixel Tablet 2 yet, but now we have a little bit more information of what could be coming with that Pixel Tablet 3. And it seems like Google is trying to make this more of a work machine. We might not see this until 2027, which means that the Pixel Tablet is now switching to a bi-yearly release cycle. So we're a bit of a way off that yet, but thanks to that leak from Google's G6 division, it looks like Google are planning on adding a second USB-C port controller to its Tensor G6 chips, specifically for tablets. Now this will be in addition to that current USB-C port and USB pogo pins. The document that we viewed mentioned that the Tensor G6 will have a second USB-C controller for tablet-only use cases, and that port will be USB-C 3.2. And our best guess is that it will support up to 10 gigabits per second and support DisplayPort output, which means that you can use two displays when you daisy chain these together. And actually, if you plug displays into the original USB-C port and the new additional USB-C port, you could end up getting 4 displays by using that daisy chain method as well. And when it comes to the port connections, they will also physically be on the opposite side of the chip, just to make that signal routing easier for tablets. I love that Google is working towards a more pro level Pixel tablet, which means you could slowly start thinking about replacing your laptop with a Pixel tablet, especially since there's a keyboard accessory meant to be coming this year as well. I think it's a really exciting time if you love the Google Pixel tablet. Moving away from the Pixel tablet, if you're a fan of the Pixel A series, then Google is already planning the Pixel 11a that should be running that Tensor G6. I feel like in the last couple of years, the Pixel A series phones have kind of been a little bit confusing. They always have very similar specs and pricing to those non-pro phones, and it always felt like Google didn't have much of a plan with the A series, and they even thought about only releasing these every 2 years. And now that the Pixel 9a is rumored to get a complete redesign and also start using an older modem, it shows that Google do have a plan for the A series all the way up to that Pixel 11a in 2027. The Tensor G6 will be in Google's flagship devices when we roll around to 2027, because in those leaked documents from Google's G6 division hinted towards devices known as Premium 26 and Base 26, as well as a new foldable Fold 26. Google also lists an entry phone 27, which is referring to the Pixel 11a, although the Tensor G6 in the Pixel 11a is going to be slightly different to what's in the other Pixel phones. Those leaked documents hinted that that when Google moves to TSMC, what it's doing is considering fusing off defective parts of the TPU to save chips that would usually just be useless, and then using these in the Pixel 11a. Now, this would reduce the AI performance, creating a bigger gap with the flagship Pixel line, but the flip side then is that people like buying these A-series devices could end up actually saving themselves a little bit more money. But that is a lot of what we saw in the leaked documents from Google's G6 division, but let me know what you think in the comments below. And I am very excited that we could end up seeing a pro-level Google Pixel tablet. It might be a couple of years away, but I still think it's really exciting. Before you head off, make sure you subscribe to the Android Authority YouTube channel for more of these Pixel leaks coming in the future. And if you do that, then I will see you in the next video.